Greetings, it's Alex Scher for the Shelburne Freelancer. I'm at the Shelburne Town Hall with Mayor Ken Bennington. We just wrapped up a meeting, including a budget discussion. Would you mind sharing with our viewers some of the highlights of the budget discussion?
Sure. So going into 2018, Council was faced with about a 4% tax increase due to property assessment continually rising, and so Council was faced with some challenges to try to reduce that number, and that represented a 4% impact increase represents a 0% change to the town of Shelburne tax rate, and so we sharpened our pencils. We were looking for some nickels and dimes, and tonight during our public meeting you probably heard that we were able to reduce the town of Shelburne tax rate by 1%, and in doing that we've taken a few things off. If you don't mind, if I check my back sheet here, is we talked about putting off some window replacements. We're not going to hire an additional summer student, some things like that. We're going to sell off one of our surplus police cruisers, make a few bucks, and all in all we've reduced the taxes by about $68,000, which represents 1%, and so for a guy in my chair, that's certainly good news.
Council also discussed sewer issues and insurance for the town of Shelburne and the people of the town of Shelburne. Could you elaborate?
That discussion was just a policy direction to staff regarding the town of Shelburne has some filming equipment, and from time to time we're called to people's homes where they have sewage backups, that kind of thing, to camera their sewer line to determine where the problem is. I guess over time people have assumed that that service is free, and it's actually not. So we've developed a policy to direct staff when the phone rings that they can direct the homeowners to the right avenues.
And we are having another council meeting next Monday, and at that point we'll be discussing the police, Shelburne Police and OPP policies.
That's correct. So you'll notice that tonight we received a notice of motion to discuss on December 4th a OPP costing here in the town of Shelburne. And I want to reiterate to the good people out there that this is not a problem that we have with the good men and women of the Shelburne Police Service. What we have is a police station problem here in the town of Shelburne, and we received a report tonight that shows no matter what option we choose, whether we retrofit this building or we build new, that a police station is going to cost us about, be over $5 million. And I think the OPP costing is really just an exercise for council to do their homework, to answer that question. Could the OPP police the town of Shelburne out of their existing police station in Primrose or not? And so that's the topic. We'll vote on it next week, December 4th. But yeah, again, this is not we do not have a police service problem here in the town of Shelburne. We have a police station concern that we need to get addressed.
So contrary to popular belief, and of course this issue was covered in Orangeville, people are a little bit nervous about Shelburne relinquishing their Shelburne police services.
Absolutely, and you know, it's not a done deal. Just because we're going for costing doesn't mean that it's going to happen. For me, just in my seat, you know, if the savings would have to be substantial for me to want to change, and I haven't seen that report. It'll take us a year and a half to get it, but I think it's an important step before I commit the taxpayers to a $5 million project. I think it's important that we answer these questions so we come up with the right answer.
Great. Thank you for sharing tonight.
Anytime.
Alex Scher for the Shelburne Freelancer, sharing Shelburne with the world.